Hey, Jim Munch back here at Bayrock Financial. I wanted to let you know about a new webinar that we're about to release, COVIDWealthCare.com. That's where you can go and register for the webinar. Now, here's why you want to register for the webinar. Inside the webinar, we'll be giving away a tremendous number of resources for IRA and 401k investors. So much has changed this year since COVID-19 and the coronavirus. But even before coronavirus hit, we had tremendous changes in the tax code. And so in order to get that information to our clients and prospective clients, we wanted to put together this short webinar where you can select from a menu of resources anything you might possibly imagine related to retirement tax planning strategies. So let me tell you just a little bit about the webinar. During the webinar and even before the webinar, you'll have access to instant downloads. For example, when you go to the registration page at COVIDWealthCare.com, you'll be able to instantly download a few samples of the resources that will be available during the webinar, as well as in the email follow-up for everyone who registers for the webinar. So don't delay. Go to COVIDWealthCare.com, register for the webinar. You can even watch an instant replay without waiting for the next scheduled webinar. Now, if you do wait for the next scheduled webinar, I'll be available to answer questions inside the webinar. But if you can't or you don't want to wait, just click on the instant replay, watch the most current or most recent webinar, and while you're watching the replay, you can download the resources, instant access. So let me just tell you a little bit more about the resources you can expect. As I said, there is a tremendous amount of change that occurred at the end of 2019. And in order to educate our clients and our prospective clients about those changes, we've put together a really great library of resources. One of the things we're focused on is the different things you can do with an IRA that you can't do with a 401k. Probably the most important things that we will be addressing during the webinar have to do with the changes that are a result of the Secure Act, which passed in 2019 in December. So there are at least 5 things you really need to know about the Secure Act, and that's one of the resources that we will be providing during the webinar. In addition to the Secure Act, there are some retirement planning rules that you should know about. These new retirement rules again, are pretty much a result of the Secure Act of 2019. Along with the Secure Act, there are some essential tax tips that I want you to know about, and we will provide a resource for you to get up to speed on those essential tax planning strategies during the webinar. Woe to the taxpayer who runs afoul of the numerous and confusing IRA rules. There are so many different forms to file, contributions to make, distributions to take and understand, and penalties to avoid. And one of the things I like to always remind people about the penalties, one in particular, the RMD penalty, which is a 50% penalty, and it has no shelf life. So these are some of the tips that we want to make sure we highlight and make you aware of during the webinar. One of the things that we'll be providing during the webinar is a series of checklists. We love checklists at Bayrock. Some of the most popular and relevant checklists include the coronavirus emergency relief. What are your options as a business owner? What are your options as a family, as an individual? Another checklist that's very timely right now is a market correction. What issues do you need to consider during a recession or a market correction? What about starting a new job or getting a promotion or having a child or buying a home or college funding, getting married, death of a spouse? Terminal illness. What if you're diagnosed with a terminal illness? What about aging parent-related issues? End-of-year tax issues? Important documents. What documents do you need to keep on file? What about if you lose your job, like almost 17 million people so far have done as a result of the coronavirus? Divorce-related issues. Death of a parent. What about your annual review? What are the issues that you need to consider in your next annual review? How about closing an estate or updating your estate plan? General retirement issues, tax return analysis. What are some of the issues that you need to be looking at if you're still working in terms of reviewing your 2019 tax returns? And what if you're already retired? These are just a few of the checklists that will be on the menu. And available for easy download. But look, these checklists are really just designed to be kind of the preparation, the foundation of a conversation about your financial plan. Never before has financial planning been so important for you, for your family, and for your business. And that's why we're doing the COVID Wealth Care webinar. So I hope you'll join us. Again, just go to covidwealthcare.com to register. You'll receive some notifications from us. Yes, we're going to ask for your email, your name, and your phone number. And by signing up and registering, you're giving Bayrock permission to send you information related to the webinar. So I look forward to seeing you on the webinar. Thanks for watching our short video.